Hey folks, we're still waiting for House Bill 2827 to be assigned to a committee. But in the meantime, it's important for us to keep talking about it, to be thoroughly aware of what this bill says. I know the sponsor and some of the co-sponsors have been sending out information to their constituents, which have been forwarded to me, and I appreciate them doing that to try to communicate. However, some of the things they're saying are not accurate with the present law. This is from Representative Tara Costas-Howard, who is the main sponsor of the bill, and this is to one of her constituents. And here she says, right now, Illinois has zero, and zeros in all caps, has zero regulations on homeschooling. Well, that is totally inaccurate. First of all, we must teach the same branches of study as the public school. Second, we must teach it at the same grade level as our kids would be if they were in public school. Thirdly, this must be done in the English language. And fourth, we are also subject to all the compulsory education attendance laws. So when she says there are no regulations, that is inaccurate. But kind of odd, she goes down about 10 sentences later and says, we must maintain a simple portfolio providing evidence of education in subjects that are already legally required for homeschoolers. So up top she says there's zero regulations, and then here she says there are already legally required subjects. So very inconsistent. And we need to understand that there are already laws on the books to deal with all the things that HB 2827 proposes to fix. For example, there's already truancy laws on the books. There are already educational neglect laws on the books. There are already child abuse laws on the books. This bill doesn't do anything that's not already there, except it just gives the government more overreach in that. And very few people are talking about that. There is nothing in this law and these bills that changes what already is. It's already there. And again, no one's talking about that. But let's go on. She says later on that nothing in the bill provides for random investigations or checks by a local school district or a regional office of education, ROE. Well, by chance, I happen to have a copy of HB 2827 in my car, and I want to read from page 8. This is from lines 20 to around 26. And there's different officers of the law that are designated here, but it says that they may request that a homeschool administrator, which is a parent, provide an educational portfolio as evidence that the homeschool administrator's homeschool program provides a course of instruction that is sufficient to satisfy the education requirements set forth in sections 2161, So she says in her email there's no checks, there's no investigations, but the bill itself says that an ROE can request this information, an educational portfolio. So that's a check. That is an investigation. Now, you can argue at what level of investigation that is, but the reality is the wording of this bill gives the ROEs or other school officials the permission to come into our homes that ask for these educational portfolios. And yes, they are checking up, and yes, that denotes an investigation. What bothers me even more, there's no probable cause written into this bill. And so my understanding of law is if there's not a probable cause, they can come in for any reason. Maybe an extended family member gets mad at you and calls the ROE and wants you to be checked up on. Maybe someone sees your kids outside during school, it's having a recess or PE, but yet you're flagged by a passing neighbor. And they might say that's not the intention, that's not the intention, and it might not be their intention, but it is the wording of the bill, and we cannot get around that. So for those of you who live in Costas-Howard's district, you may want to call her and clarify that. Say, hey, here's some inconsistencies. What do you have to say about that? So I hope this makes sense. We want to keep you in the know. We want to keep you knowledgeable on this bill. As I said, everything this bill proposes to fix or to address, there are already laws on the books. This is a solution looking for a problem to solve that's just not there. And so we want to encourage legislators across the state to say this is a bad bill. It fixes nothing. It's a solution looking for a problem. It needs to die a quick death. So I hope this helps you with greater insight to HB 2827. And also, one last time, I want to invite you to our Cherry Pie Day. We have unbelievable numbers. Because we're swelling so much, though, we will be outside for part of the day. So make sure you dress warmly. Be patient. You're going to have trouble finding a parking lot. We have over 1,200 people signed up presently. Others are coming that said they're not signed up. And it's going to be a big day. So come out, help support Cherry Pie Day, and help tell the legislators we do thank them for the vision they've shown up till HB 2827 has been introduced, and we appreciate their sacrifices for our state. So see you on Thursday. God bless. This is Kirk Smith with ICHE.